Hello, Eagle fans. I'm Chris Hooks, play-by-play voice of the NCCU Sports Network. We're here in Norfolk, Virginia, as we get set for Meac Media Days, as the coaches and players have come to preview the 2013 campaign. Let's show you the highlights.
My main thing was just to get it on stable ground. I was more worried about their academics because I want to build a great foundation. So I'm worried about their academics. So that's what I was working on more. And then, you know, put together the camp and everything else and bring my coaches in. That's what it was all about. And since then, it's been nothing but great. When I got offered a job or even was asked to apply for it, I knew that it was one of the few FCS schools in the state and the only one on this side of the state. So I think we can attack our local places and at the same time with great facilities and great education, I think we can do some things.
The big picture, the team, we got one goal, we want to win. This senior class, this is our third head coach since I've been here. And all we want to do is win. As the senior class, we just want to go out as winners. This year we ain't got a chance to play for the MEAC championship, so we just want to build a legacy.
In this game, it comes down, a lot of times you have to get the breaks, and we hadn't got the breaks. I think last year we lost 3 games on the last play of the game, which very well could have changed our season around, but the football gods didn't have it in place for us, and our guys continue to work, and then when that opportunity presents itself again, hopefully we'll be prepared to take advantage of it. We have a kid, Lamont Brown, who he's a lot like Travis Davis, and a very explosive young man, more of a scat back type guy. We still have Tracy Martin, who did a great job for us in spurts last year. So, and then on the offensive line, we were able to get Darren Peanock back, who was our right guard that was unable to play last year. And we should have a great offensive line and a good supporting cast around those quarterbacks, Seth Higgins and Josh Council.
It's definitely something that's been preached all spring, finishing. And you know what's going to help us finish? Discipline. So we're just going to have to, once again, finish, be disciplined, and that's going to help us put us in a better position at the end of the games and hopefully leave a glorious feeling in our stomach.
The expectation is basically redemption, from last year of not doing so good, finishing the season on a bad note. So this year we're just trying to go out there and come together as a team, as one, and hopefully by the hard work that we put in during the spring and also this coming training camp, have a great year.
I like the situation that we're in. Like I said, we're extremely young, and we're continually young. But I think those guys, they got some valuable experience, and so I think that's going to help us. And I think the thing now I'm looking for this year is a leadership. And you don't have to be a senior to be a leader. And I think as soon as that leadership step up and take control, I think that we're going to be on our way. Yeah, I think right now he would get the nod. Jalen had a great senior year, his last year at Oscar Smith. But I think last year when he came in, Jay was still a freshman and didn't quite know this and know that, and they didn't quite know him or what have you. But I think over the spring, had a great spring, and to be a smaller guy, he's got a great presence and a great aura. And so I think right now JJ obviously has the nod, but we've got some other young guys that's coming that's going to compete with him. But I think what I feel good about is now we're putting some senior linemen in front of them, so I think that's going to be pivotal. Just make sure they can protect.
Ultimately, it's not how you start, it's how you finished. And, I think our kids gave us a great effort last year. And that's all we can expect and ask out of our young men. And we're looking for the same kind of effort this year. We got to replace some important pieces that we lost. But at the same time, we return a great deal of kids. So I'm hoping that we can keep that consistency theory going and hopefully make a run for it again this year. We like to think that, we try to recruit the best possible kids that fit what we're doing. And, I think we did get a little bit more athletic last year with our young guys that we brought in. And hopefully that this group that we're bringing in this year going to make us even more athletic. But, to play in this conference and to play some of the schools outside of this conference, you have to be an athletic team. And you have to be a team with strength. And defensively, it has to be our strength. We have to be able to stop people in order to get us in position to win ball games.
Yeah, man, I remember the North Carolina Central game very fondly. I mean, it hurt to lose that game, but if anything, it just give me more motivation for this year coming up. I understand that a lot of our games that we lost, it was just little plays here and there, you know what I'm saying? So it just let us know that we just a couple plays away from possibly being undefeated in the conference. So.
Well, that's the thing about college football. You never know what's going to happen to you. I mean, nobody wants to go there. I mean, we were 2-0 and thinking, good things. Had a nice win at Liberty, and then come back, and then we lose an overtime game, and then we go down and we play Ohio University, who was undefeated, and they beat us, and then we lose a couple of other games I thought we shouldn't have lost, but we did. And just mushrooms a little bit, but we bounced back at the end of the year to get some wins back, and so at least we were able to salvage something like that. But it was a disappointment. Oh, there's no question about it. Turnovers. I mean, we were 119th out of 120 in FCS in football in turnovers. We had 34 turnovers. You can't turn the ball over. And we had 8 of them go back for touchdowns. I mean, it just kills you. I mean, defensively, we were 3rd in the nation last year at 275 yards a game. And you go 4-7. So, it has to be a team effort. We just can't have that. And, of course, kids understand that. So, again, I always said it's the offense's job to not put the defense in bad field position. It's the defense's job to get them the ball so you can score. So that's why it's a team game.
Definitely just improve on the little things. We were trying to do the big things, but we wasn't taking care of the smaller things, being more disciplined, too many penalties, just taking care of the little stuff. So, I mean, that's been a big key on our off season, just discipline and working on the little things.
Yeah, falling short was a huge disappointment. That's not the kind of football we expect to put on the field every Saturday in and out. We expect to be a lot better this year. We're going back to the fundamentals of the game, and we're going back to the discipline of the game. I feel once we do all those things, then we'll be back right where we need to be. I hear they're actually a good football team. We respect all our opponents. We're very interested to go down there at Durham and put up a great effort. We expect to win the game, of course, as competitors, but as tough Meac schedule. We'll see them deep in our schedule, I'm pretty sure, and by then the Meac will be forming up. Yeah, hopefully it's for more on the line than just popcorn and ticket sales. So hopefully it's for something important.
National championship. I mean, we have a lot of unsolved things that we have to accomplish this season. And I feel like that as a team, we feel like that's one goal that we came into the season, and we're focused on winning the national championship. It's a blessing. It's very humbling, actually. I was talking to someone the other day, like a lot of people have a lot of different stories, and you don't know actually where they come from. And it's like for you to be in this situation you are in right now, playing Division I football on national television, it's like it's a blessing.
Well, Keith is a very special player, and he did a lot of big things for us in the last 4 years, and I don't think there's any replacing a player like that. And it just takes a lot of guys just to realize that we got to do our job, and we got some guys coming in. We got guys coming in from other colleges. We got some transfers. We got to Brian Resby some free safeties coming back off a knee injury. So, we got some guys willing to work to make this season happen.
Yeah, anytime you got a quarterback in this division that can win football games for you, a kid you can say, hey, go out and win this one for us. You got a chance to win a lot of football games. And what we have to do as a coaching staff, we have to protect Damon, get some guys going to block for him, as well as some guys going to catch the ball. So Damon's the key to this motor. He's the key to the engine. And we're going to make sure that we protect him, and we're going to take as far as we can go. And one thing about having Damon on the offensive side of the ball, he's a coach out there. And he's very poised, very calm, very smart. So anytime a guy can line some people up and don't get too high to high, don't get too low to lows, and just be Damon, again, he gives us a chance to win. Well, if you look at last year, we finished 4-7. We were 4-4 in the conference. But again, when you can't punch the ball, you can't put the ball in the end zone, you don't give yourself a chance to win. And it started with the offensive line. We had some young guys playing, and the good thing about it is the young guys now have experience, and they're still young. So once you go through that learning pain, that growing pain, and we got to go from the first step to taking the second step, now that's pushing the ball in the end zone, it gives us a chance to win. So you look back at it again, 37 opportunities down the goal line, and to come up with just 3 points. If we turn those threes into 6 or 7 points, now you're talking about a different season. So that's something that we're concentrating on, and we looked at that in the spring and took a lot of pride in that, and that's we're going to get that rectified.
Every day I just feel like it's a chance to get better. I mean, they may regard me as one of the top quarterbacks in the league, but I feel like I'm not really successful until I have one of those rings on my finger, one of those Meac rings. So I mean, every day I get a chance to go out and work out. It's just another chance to get better, to go out there with my receivers, my old linemen, and just get a little chemistry down. So that's what I've really been going through this whole summer, trying to get better. It means a lot to me. I mean, since I've been here, I haven't won, and I really know before a couple years before I got here, they was kind of whooping Bethune every year. So, I mean, right now they have my number, but I'm just getting prepared for the first game, really, and just see how the season goes. And when we meet them, we'll meet up.
As far as expectations go, you know, from a team standpoint, you know, we expect to be in the mix for the championship. That's our goal for this season. You know, to get in there and win this championship and get into the playoffs. Those are our expectations as a team, and they should be the expectations as our fans and alums should be, because we're building a program that we think is going to be pretty strong, something we're going to be able to stand on for years to come, and we're excited about this upcoming season. When you go out and recruit, you recruit with anticipation that players going to leave. You know, this is not like the professional ranks where they can stay 5, 10 years. The max they can play is 4. So you know that going into it. So, you know, we have some kids, some student athletes in the stable that we think are pretty good. Now this is it's an awesome opportunity for them to step up and be accounted for. Yeah, we're going to probably have to play some young people on the defensive line. I mean, that goes without. But the good thing is we switched our defense to a 3-4 last year, so we don't need 4. You know, we don't need 3 guys, but we have a very powerful linebacking core. We're going to bring in about 15 linebackers in the training camp. So a lot of those guys, you know, there was defensive ends and certain schemes, they playing outside linebacker. So, you know, we got to replace some defensive linemen. They were very good for us. But I like to think that some of those guys, with our schemes and our packages, we should be okay up front, you know, especially with the zone blitzing packages and things like that.
We got to learn how to finish games still. We dropped 2 out of the last 3, and it was real devastating to everybody because we know what kind of team we had, and I think it just taught a lot of guys that we got to learn how to finish ball games more. Oh yeah, it felt great, but it wasn't enough. That's the first winning season I've had in college football, so it always feels good to be on the other side of that. But now we want to take from that. We want to get better, and we want to show everybody what kind of team we got this year.
It started with my defensive coordinator, Coach Morgan. He really teach me a lot of stuff. I always had good athletic ability, so I just played good football. Like, it's just talent. As a guy, I just thank God for giving me this talent to play football. Yeah, it's a goal, but in my past history of playing football, I accomplished many goals like Rookie of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, All-American. Now I'm just out there chasing that ring. I already had 1 ring in my Division III school. I'm just trying to get that 2nd ring.
I hope we're in the thick of things. You know, it's going to be interesting to see how this thing falls. You know, we lost Mike Mayhew, but we have a running back that we think is outstanding in Ricky Lewis. We have another in Dominique Drake that we think is really good. So offensively, we should be much better than we played last year. Defensively, you know, we lost 3 defensive linemen that were hurt, but everybody else is back. So we have a chance, if those guys can grow fairly quick, then we have a chance of being a good football team again defensively. So, but we got to do it in all 3 areas: offense, defense, kicking game, because we're not going to be dominant in any one area. So we got to piece this thing together and really become a team if we're going to have some success.
The teams are around the league are very good, very talented. So we just try to, you know, again, get better by, you know, each week going out and attacking each game plan so that we can be ready for the team.
He's a winner. He can win. He know how to win. So if you're a winner, you're going to be highly respected around this place, especially in this conference.
Well, the one thing you do know is that we'll have some change. Anytime you play the way that we did, you know, it's unacceptable in our particular situation. So, you know, we've got to do some things to make ourselves better in a hurry. Offensively, we played poorly at times, weren't consistent, and we got to the point toward the end of the year where we couldn't stop people. So, you know, it's a pretty safe bet that we had to have a pretty good revamping of a lot of different portions of our program, and you know, I guess we'll see how it works out.
I mean, everything, you know, to get our MEAC respect back, you know, and build our legacy again and get our respect back, you know.
Well, the key is we got to score more points, you know what I'm saying? We inconsistent. We got to find our consistency, and we got to just stay true to what we do.
I mean, we put our guys in situations like that every day, regardless if it's to do with football or off the field. And we teach our guys to expect the unexpected and prepare for everything and anything at all times. So, you know, we thus far we've done a good job handling adversity, and hopefully we can continue. And if we can, I think, you know, we'll be able to continue in the direction that we're going. Well, I mean, to this point, but we still have a lot of work to do, and we realize that. You know, we're not satisfied where our program is at, even though we've made tremendous strides. So, you know, as always, it's back to the drawing board, back to the chopping block to see what we can correct and do better, and hopefully continue to go in the direction that we're going as a program.
Just to be hungry, you know what I mean? Coach Jinks always preaches us go out on the field with passion and just go out there with relentless, just basically, you know what I mean, just try to tear apart whoever we're playing. You know, it doesn't matter if we're playing a D3 school or a Division I school, and that's how we just go through practice, go through workouts, go through training. Is just be the best player that you can be, and it'll all tie in together. It's really important. That's actually one of our goals for this season. You know, the MEAC, winning the MEAC is great, but we want to go deep into the playoffs. We want to try to get to that national championship, and I feel like we do have the team to do it. You know, offense, defense, special teams, and it's just, you know, a great feeling to actually win the MEAC. But we feel like we should have won those playoff games that we had an opportunity to win.
It'll be great. It'll be another championship ring I got, and it'll just be fun. But the big thing is trying to make it to this playoffs and win one of those games for the MEAC. It'll mean that we wouldn't be so small anymore. Everyone will stop looking at us as if we're like just not a real big, you know, not real competition, you know. Let everybody know that we're a real conference and that we can really fight for a national championship.
Unfortunately, North Carolina Central did not land any student-athletes on the first team All-MEAC, but 5 student-athletes were on the second team, so congratulations to all of those. As, again, North Carolina Central picked 4th in the preseason by the coaches and the sports information directors. That is it from here in Norfolk, Virginia. The 2013 football season is right around the corner. Stay tracked and logged on here on NCCUEaglePride.com as we get you ready for Henry Frazier's 3rd year here at North Carolina Central. So long from Norfolk.